The Brea Museum's downtown diorama represents the center of the city as it appeared in 1928. The 10-foot by 7-foot model is built to 1/87 scale, commonly known as HO scale, and includes the downtown area along Brea Blvd, then known as Pomona Avenue, from just north of Ash Street and the Pacific Electric tracks to south of Birch Street Avenue to the west and Orange Avenue to the east. Research into creating an historically accurate model utilized aerial photos, insurance maps, and the museum's vast collection of vintage photos and other documentation. Many of the buildings were built by C.L. Gardner in the 1990s when they were still standing. Mr. Gardner carefully documented each structure prior to the impending urban redevelopment. As we enter the model from the north on Pomona Avenue, we cross the Pacific Electric tracks and view the PE's depot on the west side of the street. The famous red cars of the Pacific Electric continued east to Brea Olinda, where they terminated at that depot, now the home of Polly's Restaurant. Traveling to the east, Brea residents could take a red car into Whittier and continue to Los Angeles, Long Beach, Santa Monica, Riverside, and many other Southland cities. The Pacific Electric also provided freight service to Brea. While none of Brea's famed oil-producing facilities were located in the heart of downtown, many of these businesses supported the local oil industry, including Brown and Dowser Lumberyard. The stores along Pomona Avenue reflect the self-sufficient nature of the city in 1928 due to its somewhat isolated location. In addition to being commercial ventures, many of these buildings also offered boarding facilities for the many unmarried oil workers, along with much-needed restaurants and barbershops. Recreation opportunities in town included the Crescent Pool Hall and the Red Lantern Theater, which offered both film and live performances. Two banks provided both business and individual services to Brea. Baldwin Ford sold the latest that Henry Ford had to offer, including the Fordson tractor line. Running north and south on either side of Pomona, Walnut and Orange Avenues contain oil lease lots where industry workers could build their own home and put down roots in Brea. All of the area represented by the diorama was razed in the mid-1990s, leaving only the 1936 Christian church on Ash Street still standing. This three-dimensional model is orientated correctly to the real-life directions of the city and is further augmented by many historical wall photos also correctly orientated. At this date, about a half dozen structures remain to be scratch-built.